Mr. Seaman is absent. Mr. Chickalow?
Here.
Mr. Waldeck?
Yes. We all rise and say the pledge. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Need a motion to approve the minutes from July 1st.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from July 1st.
I'll second that motion.
Mr. Chickalow?
Yes.
Mr. Waldeck?
Yes. Read our guest.
Harry Samuels?
Observing?
Yes, sir.
George Gordon. George Gordon, just observing?
No, I'd like to speak. Well, I'm going to.
Oh, yeah. Do we want to open or we want to meet everybody? How are we doing it?
They're here to,
Want to give us a quick, what are we talking about today?
Okay, well, I'm sure a lot of your people in your township got letters, you left a message on your phone, about maybe renting some space. To do some informational piece. I'm involved with A-Love too. So we sent letters out to everybody that was in the VP group the first time. We are not associated with the original A-Love group. That was shut down. It's no longer a thing. But we feel like it's the right time to get the group back together. I think it benefit our county and the residents with new technologies that have come along and the infrastructure bill. They just passed money in the state budget for an environmental study for the pipeline going to Asheville Harbor. So there's some exciting things going on in the county. We're trying to get out in front of that, try to get the group back together to optimize the negotiating power for all the residents. I do have some informational packets here. If anybody didn't get one, the township got one or not. It's open to anybody that did get in the first time. Gentleman approached me that I did some business with after the election, Yuri Byler from Middlefield. He didn't feel like the Amish community was properly represented the last time. And then another real estate agent in the Middlefield area, he tried to do a secondary group that didn't work because it just wasn't the right time. It was right after the BP leaks, and it was a lot of the Trumbull County owners were part of his group, were just ones that just missed the chance to get in. And once they saw everybody else got paid, there was lapse. So that group didn't fly. We think it's time to get the group going. A lot of the bigger property owners are on board. They're waiting to see how things launch, obviously, the same way everybody else is. And we are going to do some informational meetings. We sent those letters out just to contact people that are familiar with the process to begin with. And we're going to put our best foot forward and try to do a service to the community, so to speak. So if anybody has any questions, like I said, I got some informational packets. Feel free to contact us on the website, a12llc.com. I'm going to probably put my cell phone number on there at some point. I haven't done that yet. But things are moving forward. People are really excited about it. And we've probably already got about 15,000 acres involved in the group. And more people have kind of verbally committed. They're just waiting, letting their lawyers read the paperwork, different things like that, which is totally understandable. This is a big thing. It's very responsible to do your due diligence. We are not doing this on a nonprofit basis. There's a disclosure statement in the letter that is a little bit confusing for people. The state changed the regulations on how they do the oil and gas leases. Before, you were supposed to be a real estate agent. And a lot of the people that came around the first time were not licensed agents, and some of them got in trouble for that. Now you either have to be a real estate agent or a registered landman, which we are. And it just puts things out front. There were some dealings last time where people were getting paid on the back end. Nobody knew what the commission was, things like that. There was no transparency. And so the state put that level of protection in there for the community so that when these groups form, they don't get taken advantage of, different things like that. And there's a bunch of people, the Amish community in particular, there was people that came in about a year or two before the A-Love group formed, first Chesapeake group, and they leased a lot of land for $500 an acre. Those people obviously weren't eligible for the big payday the rest of the county got. I think they got close to $2,500 in the Chesapeake, and then $4,900 from the BP group. And so we're trying to get as much information out there before these landmen come in and the brokers from other places and try to attempt to take advantage of, which I think people are pretty well educated now. I don't think anybody's going to get taken advantage of like that again, but trying to get in front of it.
Is there a minimum property?
No, there's no minimum property, and the main reason for that is it does provide well protection as part of the lease program. And another thing that we wanted to do too, there's a couple of bigger farmers up north that didn't sign up because there just wasn't enough protection for the cropland in the lease. And the attorneys that we talked to said that the lease they signed the last time was a pretty good lease, but there was a few things in there that could be updated. So that was a big thing too. We're gonna try to work pretty closely. I've been in contact with a couple of the Farm Bureau members that a couple of them own quite a bit of property. And they're interested in helping us word the lease and different things like that. So we're definitely gonna be having some community involvement and making sure everybody's represented properly.
Say there's a website,
Yes,
what is it?
alove2LLC.com. There's a contact form on there. You can leave a brief message at the end with your address and different things like that. We can email you back or send you a packet or whatever we need to do.
When you say no minimum, last time it was 40 continuous acres, correct?
I know the Chesapeake group, I thought it was 5 acres.
Because my.
Might have been 40 acres. I don't know. There again, I wasn't part of that. That group didn't include what we signed on to. When BP came through, my mother's had 4 parcels in 2 different places. And there was two parcels each place. The one was only 2.5 acres in Gus Davis. The other was 7.5 acres and Vernon, 3 acres in 2 different parcels. And they took all that, no problem.
Yeah, but you have to have continuous acres next door. So like, for instance, I have 85 acres.
Mhm.
So my 40 continuous allowed my mother, who had 2 acres, to get her 2-acre paycheck. Otherwise, she would not have gotten it.
Well, Corey, my mom and dad only have 30 acres or had, and
Mhm.
they were part of it.
Both
Yeah,
of
but
the-
somebody else next door
Both
probably.
of the
saw it.
farmers.
Oh, like
that's-
Leonard or something.
Yeah.
So Thompson's owned the property across the street from my mom's property, and Hyde's owned the property behind it. I don't think either one of them signed up. I think Hyde was tied up in an old lease at the time, and Thompson was in the conservancy, so he waited and didn't sign up because he didn't want. There again, going back to the wording of the contract, they could have put him in non-production, and then there wouldn't have been, it would have been fine. But there again, things happened last time. The lawyers didn't get in front of it, and people were excluded. Even Dick Thompson didn't get in on it last time because of that. But I know my mom got in on that, and that I know of, they didn't have the acreage around her. So
Okay.
continuous acreage is important for the group to be solid and for them to drill. And we're gonna work on that as best we can. I don't have a finite answer on that for the continuous acreage next door.
Well, so part of the reason is the old style of fracking, you need 40 continuous acres in order to do it legally.
Right.
Have technologies changed to where you can do a smaller footprint?
I don't believe so, honestly. Last time there was 8,000 acres involved, and I would assume in my mom's situation, they probably didn't look at that to see if it was continuous or not. I don't know. That's an answer I can get. And we're getting questions as we go, questions that need answers. And, that's why I want to do some of these meetings to get the public's input on that. There's no bad question. That's a great question. And that's something, the attorney that we're using was a geologist first. He actually was an old developer. He spent a lot of money. He actually explored in the Everglades. He's got a puck sitting on his desk of a 10,000-foot hole that he drilled in the Everglades and found absolutely nothing. So he's a very brave man. And he knows a lot about the gas industry on both ends of it. And so we're also going to be working with some of the customers that need their leases cleaned up from the last time, like from the old Big Sky leases and Atlas Energy and different ones like that too. Because there's a lot of acreage that wasn't eligible last time, and there's no reason for it. They're not legally binding contracts, but they couldn't get it cleaned up before the end of the period, and it's very expensive to do. So I've actually talked to a couple of the attorneys in the county that work for the government. And they're going to try to give me a path forward, and maybe we can reduce the cost of that for property owners to where they can take advantage.
Sure. Can old pads be reopened, like the one in Mecca?
Oh, you're talking about the one that is just producing gas now?
I think it's corner of North Park and 88.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which well that is. I know there's one north of the.
It would have been Morrison's.
Is it closed or?
Yeah.
It possibly could. I don't know if they would do a new one or not. I know they rework wells sometimes. That would be up to the driller if they wanted to buy the priority or information off the, whoever drilled it the last time. That was a big scuttlebutt. BP did some exploratory wells and they own that information that came out of those wells and they left. I'm not sure of their original intentions on actually being able to produce the gas from our area because they ran into a paraffin problem, but the guys working on the pads wanted to stay. They said they could figure it out. It'd just be a matter of time. Obviously, the people that took over Chesapeake has figured it out. They just set a record with a well in Columbiana County for production in the state of Ohio last year. So, because they were having the same issues down there. And if you look at the map, I encourage everybody to go to the ODNR website and look at the mapping. There's a really interesting color shaded map on there. If you type in oil and gas maps of Ohio, that shows where the gas is. And Columbiana County is all green, which is good. The red is excellent. Trumbull County is all red. I don't understand why they're drilling down there, other than there's infrastructure. And they've got the Lordstown power plants, they've got the cracker plant in Pittsburgh. So if they build this cracker plant up on the lake, we've got the closest gas to the lake.
How do we compare to Butler County?
That I don't know. I know Pennsylvania's been real hot. It's the same shading in Butler, kind of like what we have here. Which doesn't really mean anything till you get down there and drill. That's a driller question. But I truly believe that they've got the technology to do it now, and it's just a matter of time before they come. Like I said, the sign-up fee that we're charging is $80 to cover our administrative costs to get us to the end point. We're going to hold a percentage with the driller at the end. Working on my partners and trying to get a disclosure statement on that. It's probably going to be around 2 3/4%, which is pretty standard for man organizations. And then the money that we raised, the $80, whatever we have left over, we're going to try to make a nice donation to a local organization. Because we're just going to use that for, like I said, organizing the meetings, covering costs of getting everybody together. I think last time they charged $60, but that was 12 years ago. So.
Any other questions for him? Thank you for that information.
Yeah, my pleasure. If anybody would like the packet, I do have some other things to do. I could give you packets that I got here if you'd like, or.
So I received one in the mail, but my sister did not, who owns my mom and dad's property.
Sure.
And there's 30 acres there, and she was interested, so please.
And could you leave a couple here for us?
Certainly,
Yeah,
yep,
in case
yep.
anybody needs one.
Yeah, no, that would be terrific. I don't know how many I got here, but, looks like there's about 10. We did reword our cover letter to include, people that weren't in the previous group. We encourage everybody to keep the yellow copy and send the other 2 back. And, the office number's on the bottom. I'll be adding myself to that sooner.
Will you throw me one on your way back, please?
Sure I can.
Thanks, Eddie.
And, like I said, I look forward to serving the county again and being a good part of it and putting our best foot forward and making this the best part of Ohio.
Is the fracking gonna bother the water wells around here?
It hasn't, because they drill down so deep. They go down 10,000 feet before they ever go out. Because they're drilling down into the shale, and that formation is approximately 10,000 feet deep. It's not flat, but most of the wells around here are only 200 feet deep. So you never say never, but historically speaking, they've been drilling in Texas in the shale down there and over in Pennsylvania, and I haven't heard of any big problems with. But that's all in the contract too. When you sign a lease with the drillers, that you do get that well protected in case something else happens. They could have a spill. There's 100 things that could go wrong. Steve knows, and you could get into a hazmat situation in a big hurry. We got the rail line that goes up. They're hauling oil up that rail line every day. So there's other things that the drillers need to be held responsible for that are important to the whole county. And the well protection for drilling obviously is one of them. There's a lot of other things we can address too, which is the value of getting a big group together, because then you can command that they do these sort of things. They don't just put a rubber stake in your yard and call it a well, and then they have the rights to it for 20 years. They actually got to do something. You know what I mean?
I had a friend lived out in the center of the world, and he turned his water spigot on. You could light it up. before the water started.
Well, you know, people don't understand, and that ice fishing on Mosquito Lake, that water, when you go out there on the ice, is black. There's oil coming to the surface all the time. We had an oil spill when I was on the fire department back in the day. It was a fuel oil leak, went into one of the creeks and whatnot. Guy from the EPA came out and looked at it, and he's like, we got so much oil coming to the top of the ground right here, this 200 gallon isn't gonna make a difference. You guys did a good job clearing, containing it, and it came from the ground, it's going back in the ground. So, but there again, like I said, we want to make sure the drillers are responsible for the different things, and that is definitely a concern to put in the lease agreements with the drillers. Also, just a note, people did have an issue with the sign-up sheet. Some of the language on there is a little bit strong, so to speak. I know the other gentleman had the secondary group, his wording wasn't quite like that. But it's just like buying a house. You sign a contract, you find the house you like, you sign a contract to buy the house. You drive past the house on the way to signing, decide you don't like the shutter, you don't sign the contract. This is the same thing. You're signing up with, put the intentions forward to negotiate the lease. But if you get to the signing of the lease and it doesn't suit your needs, you just don't sign it. That's just what that is. And so it is strongly worded to make sure that drillers know that we're serious. There's no clause in there that says, oh, we can get out of this. It's a binding contract just per se, but it's just like I said, just like buying a house. At the end of the day, if you don't like the contract, we can't make you sign the second contract. So, all right, well, thank you for your time. I got other places to be.
Thank
And
you.
if anybody has any questions, please give me a call, shoot me an email, get on the website and tell your neighbors.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you for letting me talk. My name is George Gordon Jr. I grew up in Bristolville, graduated from high school over here. My father, George Sr., been a resident here in Bristol for over 60 years. Last week, he lost his battle with Parkinson's dementia and passed away. He did not want to have any kind of a service or calling hours or anything like that. But one wish he did have was if people wanted to make contribution to a charity, his choice was Bristolville Fire Department. During his battle with Parkinson's, the fire department was called upon several times to come out and assist when he would fall, things like that. They transported him to the hospital several times during his battle. And his wishes were to have contributions made in his name to the Bristolville Fire Department. So I'm here tonight to, again, thank you for everything you guys did during my dad's time. And I have a check from my company for $500 to donate to the fire department. You can use it for training, equipment, whatever you need, but it's in my father and my father's name.
We're sorry
Thank
for
you.
your loss.
Appreciate that. We,
Thank you for
we
everything.
knew him well and,
And he served on the appeals board
Yes.
thing over the years, and
our guys never hesitated. They actually enjoyed going to see him and he would always joke.
our family did appreciate everything you guys did for him.
Absolutely.
Really helped us out, so use the money to whatever you can to help your fire department. Okay,
The
thanks.
things that you did allowed us to keep him at home.
Yeah, and he was there. Yeah.
Tell your mom we're thinking
Yes,
about
tell
her
your
too.
mother.
Okay,
Thank you.
I miss her very much.
Yes.
Thanks.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
I think,
Carol,
Just observing.
Kenny,
Oh, I just want to complain about the road. High Oakville Road. I mean, I've called the county and they won't do anything. So I don't know if the trustees can put any leverage on the county to get them to do something with it. All they do is patch it every year and the patches keep falling out and there's a couple really bad spots.
It's down there today, and it's horrible by his house. From Thompson Court down, it's to the bridge, it's just disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
It's just falling apart. It's all cracked up. You can't even walk down that road without stepping on a crack.
It's right beside his driveway too.
Well, the old house.
That's where I used to live.
Oh, I thought you still live there. Doug told me you still live there.
And,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we can contact the county or Ed can contact.
I've called, what's his name, Gary Schaefer,
Yeah,
never called me back.
press a
Asked
little
him to
bit.
Call me back, and I called again. She's talked to him too.
Okay. Yep. Ed will get a hold of somebody and see if we can't get something done there. Gina?
I wanted to say that the food truck night was nice. It was a shame because competing with the fair and everything. It brought up a question though, and Bill was not here and he is not here tonight, but is there, the electric is to the pavilion now?
Not yet, not till.
Okay, cause I said to him, well, it must have been, Ken had his karaoke stuff in there, and he's like,
Extension
no.
cords.
We made it work, we
Okay.
made it work for him.
Okay, all right, very good, so I'll tell him that. The other question I have, or whatever, I asked Ken about opening the account, if it was open for the veterans, and he said, yes, that you had handled that already. So is that something that's not a separate account, that
It's
like,
a line item.
it's a
in the
line
budget.
item? Cause I guess I was under the assumption that people could go like to a bank and make a deposit donation to the fund. No. It has to go through the township?
Yeah, because otherwise how would I track it?
Okay,
Yeah, it has to come through the
Okay.
township as a
Well,
donation.
because I know
It's gonna go
other-
line item.
okay. I know other different groups have had donation accounts
Government,
that, well, no.
that's why.
So that's the difference.
We get audited.
Okay, yes. So
All
any
receipts.
donations need to go through the trustees, the township.
Yes. if
Okay.
you're- Yes. for
Very
this.
good.
Now, but if another group or somebody wanted to set something up for that, they could.
That's
but
different.
We cannot.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I have to track every penny.
I bet. I bet.
Greg? I'm staying in the loop, that's all. Rhonda?
Just observing.
Corey?
No, sir.
Departmental reports? Start with you, Ed.
All clear, good. Don't rid of mine right now.
All clear in the road department?
Yeah.
Things working well. Cemeteries are good.
Yep.
Okay.
Fine.
Fine.
Don't rain, so.
Yo, shh, did you cuss at me like that?
I know, right?
Kenny, zoning?
Our next meeting is scheduled for August 11th, 2025. We continued our discussions on section 26.2, alternative energy sources, solar energy systems. We got it down to 2 pages, and we agreed on our latest draft last night at our meeting, and we'll be sending that draft to Jason Todd for his review and comments. And once we have this review, our next step will be to formally approve the draft at our meeting in August and send it to the Trumbull County Planning Commission for their review. We continued our discussions on short-term rentals. Eric has provided several observations and added to our discussion. Eric, Jenny.
Jenny.
Appreciate that. The new section would be section 45, short-term rentals. We agreed on the latest draft at our meeting last night, and we'll be sending that draft to Jason Todd for his review and comments. And once we have his review, our next step is to formally approve the draft at our meeting in August, and we'll send it to the Trumbull County Planning Commission for their review. Vivian and Tara are developing forms that will be required for this new section. Eric has identified several structure types that are not in our zoning resolution, that have been zoning certificates have been issued over the years, and I know porches and gazebos, that's been done for years, but it's not mentioned in the zoning resolution itself. So next month, we'll start the process to make sure that those words get added into the zoning resolution. That's it.
Sounds good, thank you. Steve?
Pretty quiet. I know we've been busy, but not much to report. Initiated BWC grant for the cot. That'll be an ongoing process for a little while here. So, and then I just had a question on the BFIS for, that's it.
Thank you. Who was your question for?
Me.
For Nicole.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to read, that's Mr. Jennings' report, who is absent.
Eric is absent. We had an attached garage on 6/9. We had a pole barn on 6/30. 6/9 was on Hyde Schaefer and 6/30 was on Corey Hunt. Pole barn. Thank you. Any old business, Jimmy?
Nope.
I also don't have any. Any new business, Jimmy?
Nope.
I also don't have any.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. I need a motion to approve a renewal of insurance with Otarma. The total coverage is $11,328,043 at a total cost of $38,649. Cost breakdown is general fund will pay $14,518. Road department will pay $3,185.23. Fire and EMS will pay $20,945.77.
Make a motion to approve renewal of our insurance.
I'll second that motion.
Mr. Chicolo,
Yes.
Mr. Walden.
Yes. And I need a motion to pay bills.
Make a motion to pay bills.
I'll second that.
Mr. Chicolo,
Yes.
Mr. Walden.
Yes. A quick agenda items, I guess. Food truck night and Christmas auction will happen August 1st, 2025.
Christmas auction is done, I forgot to take that out.
No, it's not.
Oh, sorry.
We only had about 3 to 4 people interested in the stuff in the hall. So we tried to kick the auction back another month to see if we could get any more interest in that. Hopefully we can do a better job, get some more people there, make a few extra dollars.
Is it gonna be an auction or just you go in and say, hey, I'll give you $20 for this?
There was talk of that. I'm not 100% sure whether that's what we're gonna do or not. That was, Doug organized the whole Christmas auction, so I kind of stayed away from that. I don't really know what's going on there. So if they want to change rules, it'll go through Doug.
Okay.
Craft show and truck show or car show?
Car show.
Okay, craft show and car show will be 8/9 of 25 right here in the center. And the next township meeting will be 8/19/2025. We will cancel the first meeting on the first Tuesday due to a couple people being absent.
Fire station. Open house.
Fire station open house
26.
is
July
July 26th from,
Saturday. 11 to 3, I think is what we
So it was in the Tribune 11 to
talked
2.
about 5 times.
10 to 2.
It said 11 to 2 in
Yeah.
the Tribune.
Yeah, he,
Might have made it boo-boo.
Eleven to 3.
Okay,
struggles. So we'll be there till people leave.
there you go.
Run out of ice cream.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim, I have a sign ready for you when we're done too.
Good.
I make a motion to fire it.
I second that.
No, he's got to clean my building first.
Yeah.
Just on Water Street.
Motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn. 6:30.
I second that motion.
Half hour.
Mr. Chicolo,
Yeah.
Mr. Walden.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
There, one other thing.